Hello and welcome to Garbler Games. Tonight we have episode 2 of Look to Spinward, our new Traveller series. And I have the whole crew here, just in time for our episode. Before we begin, and we're going to jump in pretty quick, please don't forget to check out all that stuff, social media, Discord, Patreon, all below. Cool. Quickest one of those we'll ever do. What we'll do is we'll go around, everyone will tell us who they are, who they're playing, and a little bit about what they've been doing in jump space. And we'll go in reverse order this time, so we're going to start with Simon.
Hi, I'm Simon. I'm playing Ivic Iverson. I'm the ship's chief engineer.
Yes.
Yeah. So I've been doing all engineering stuff. So I've been checking out the efficiencies of the engines, and I'm waiting for us to come out of jump space so I can make sure the maneuver drives power up properly and how they're working, and I'm deciding
Not very well.
Making my list of spare parts. I need to replace
the ship.
Yeah.
Yes, we know that the ship is slightly knackered. It has a couple of quirks, I believe is the right term. Thrusters and sensors are a little bit on the old side. Cool. And so Gary's probably been reporting to you, right? Well,
Gary has nothing to do with me, and I have nothing to do with Gary. Gary's locked
Gary's
out.
sweeping the cargo bay.
Yeah, Gary can do whatever he wants, but he's not coming anywhere near engineering.
Okay.
Until we promote him to chief engineer.
Gary's been mainly helping me. He's got a pretty good baritone, and yeah.
And what have you been doing?
So I'm Lewis, and I'm Captain Gower, space jockey, and I have locked myself in the bridge so that the passengers can't get at me, and been regaling them alongside Gary with space shanties of all variety, from ludicrous to lewd.
They enjoy the lewd ones in particular. Absolutely.
Oh well, we picked up the right passengers then.
Cool. And Dan, who are you?
I'm Dan, because that's what you said I was.
Oh yeah.
Hi, I'm Dan.
Hello.
And I'm playing Jack Denver, former corporate agent, now come steward / person on board that does things and brokers things, and that kind of guy.
Broker is a very important role.
Yeah. I'm pretty good at it as well, apparently.
Apparently so.
Well, at least that's what my stats say. Let's see what happens when I start rolling dice. And I have been, I thought I was going to be in my office, but as it's attached to the bridge and I don't like sea shanties, I have been elsewhere in the ship, apologising to the highbrow crew for the lewd, highbrow passengers for the lewd songs that occasionally appear on Tannoy.
They're the ones that like it the most.
That's not what they said to me. and just keeping an eye. I'm checking on the cargo and stuff because passengers, cargo, two things on the ship, both worth money. Don't want one to walk away with the other.
It's a good call. And monitoring them maybe in different ways. It's our last member of the crew.
Hello, I'm Ben, and I'm playing Ness Mathis, a mediocre archaeologist and substandard steward, and that's all. I totally don't have fabulous mind powers, which if the passengers piss me off, I will use on them.
Yeah, I mean that's you've got some pretty nifty tricks up your sleeve, haven't you?
One or two, yeah.
Yeah.
I think I've been sort of split shifts with Dan on the stewarding thing. We do it until we can't take it anymore.
Okay. So for those viewers who don't know, the jump is the faster than light travel and go into a pocket dimension, as you can see in our little graphic just here from the Mongoose Traveller Companion book. And whilst you're in jump space, the journey always takes about a week. You can do some die rolls for it, but I tend to just sort of say 7 days. And you'd had a few days before that where you were flying from a gas giant to Lyheric. Then you kind of flew out to your jump point, went into jump space. That's only a few hours to get away from a small world like that to a jump point. And then you jumped to Indaraliggu. Indaraliggu. Which is a nearby star system 2
I like to
jumps
think
away.
it's like one of those
Oh, wrong way.
original Australian first people kind of words, like Indaraliggu or something like that,
Yes.
like Uluru.
Yes. So,
I think the important thing is we all pronounce it differently, just on purpose to
absolutely.
fuck with Pete.
Why not? And everyone who lives there says it differently as well. So you have made your way there. What we've discovered on the way is that we've done a bit of accounting. The fun part of Traveller. But the whole reason you're out here trying to do these journeys, right, is you've got your mortgage on your ship, you've got people to pay, you've got staterooms to upkeep, and you have a monthly bill, a 4-weekly bill of 153,148 credits to pay on your ship. And this trip, where you've loaded up with passengers and some cargo, I think it was about 120 grand that you were going to make out of this one. And we failed the mail roll, unfortunately. So no mail. But
One more level of sock and I'd have had it.
this is true. So you guys have coming out of jump space, as you want to do. There's a big alert, like a alarm clock, however it's set up by the ship. Big red flashing lights coming out of jump space, kind of thing. And
Captain Gower's in charge. We come out of jump space and then he'll tannoy us and go, guys, we're coming out of jump space in a minute.
And I'm like, congratulations, we're coming out of jump space and we didn't explode.
it's a
He
good
didn't mean that.
it's a good
He
thing.
didn't mean that.
Yeah, some people are looking around like, what?
He's got a funny sense of humor. Just make sure your seat back and tray table are in the upright position.
Perfect. And you guys, so I'm just getting an image ready for our viewers. You guys come out of jump space, as you've done many times before, Captain Gower, and you can see ahead of you on your sensors there is a water world, Indaraliggu.
Raglu.
Indaraliggu.
In Uziglu.
Ragu is a water world, and I've got a little data sheet to show our viewers here. So it's a common trade destination of merchants from Lyheric. The small but growing world is a stepping stone out to some of the systems that have left the League, the Coralline League, if we remember, but retain trade links. And in effect, this world is covered in kind of big oil rigs, pulling chemicals up out of the ancient seabed. So it's quite an industrial, strict health and safety zone. There's quite a high law level here, right? So most weapons and armor are not allowed on the surface, and in orbit there is a space station, a starport, a Class B starport, and you are, as you come out of jump space, you are hailed.
Well, we'll answer, I suppose.
This is Big Rig Docking Authority. Please transmit manifest, passenger list, crew idents, and all details.
Can do. I'll send that through now. We still need to make final check that all passengers are still alive. As you well know, that's a thing that can happen on the way. But sure.
Okay. I can't believe I've got another one. We've got another one. Okay. Right.
The ones that aren't alive, we can eject them when we go through atmosphere.
I mean, it happens. Traveling with passengers, sometimes they die.
Roll 1d6, Lewis.
It's the number that died.
6.
It's either really good or really bad.
Yay! You're rolling for your docking charge. Okay. Well, if you proceed to, let's bring that.
Does my admin affect that in any way?
That's well. This you can do that in a moment. They're going to tell you the basic docking charge, right? So proceed to docking 2 and port 3. And if you transfer the 3,000 credits now, all of the systems will be set up for you. The meet and greet will be there, and we'll do all the standard checks and things.
Yeah, pretty sure last time I came through it was 1,000 credits.
You hear her spit out some sort of hot beverage. Well, not on my shift.
Okay, I understand. We'll meet in the middle, 1,200. I'm transferring them now.
Make a. Let's have a look at a character sheet here. What is Mr. Gower doing?
Nothing useful.
Make a persuade
deception
roll.
One.
No, you're not deceiving her. You're telling her you're going to give her less money than she's asked for. That's not deceiving.
Average, easy, super easy, routine, highly routine.
I think it's like super difficult. What's that called? Formidable.
I believe that's called simple.
Formidable.
Middle and go with
Does this thing
routine.
have shields? Because I sense that we're about to be fired upon.
No, they just won't let you dock.
We'll meet in the middle and we'll roll routine.
Your role doesn't work on the referee. Let's have a formidable roll.
Formidable.
We're doomed.
I'm sorry, but it's unless you've got receipt from your previous docking privileges, it's the current rate is 3,000 credits.
Can I use admin to check the computer?
You can use admin to check the computer. This would be an average roll.
Doesn't someone on board have task membership?
You know the ship has
Well,
been
they
here
should
before.
be in the bridge.
Well, then somebody should have comped them to the bridge.
Oh, okay, right, cool. You searched through and funnily enough, only a few weeks ago, the ship you're on was in this system at this starport, and they were charged 2,500 credits.
Oh, got that the wrong way around. It was 2,500. Sending the receipt through now.
Ionia, good to see you back. Great. Okay. Sure. If you transfer 2,500, then we will process all that. Would you care for me to make? Bear with me one moment, and you're on pause, and there's some music. It comes back. Oh, sorry. Would you like me to connect you with your standard contact at Stellar Pinnacle?
Is there anyone else in the bridge with me?
You can put them on hold if you want and talk to someone in the ship.
1 second, please.
Sure.
Can someone check if all the passengers are still alive? And also, we're contacting Stellar Pinnacle.
Gary comes over the comm. Yeah, the low berths are fine.
Thanks, Gary. Upstairs, everybody seems to be fine. Who is Stellar Pinnacle? What?
We'll find out in a minute.
Do you
I'm on my
Sure,
way
it'll
to the
be great.
bridge.
Ben, do you say that anywhere near any of the high-end passengers? Or are you
No,
like
because
gone in
I
a
have
separate
some
room?
diplomatic skills.
Okay, no, just checking. Okay, Jack Denver struts manlily.
And Lily?
No, he runs panically into the bridge.
Shut
he
up.
realized
Whilst
now
he's running,
Captain Gower has
Gower-
been talking to the
Gower
dogs on
activates the
his own.
comms and goes, "Yeah, sure, you can pass us through to Stellar Pinnacle."
Would Jack have any idea
Okay.
who Silver Pinnacle would be?
Stellar Pinnacle.
Stellar Pinnacle. Sorry.
It's okay. Let me.
I'm happy to
Can-
write. I'm happy to roll
Can we go on the
streetwise if you
basis?
think.
Can we go on the basis of
Well, it's
basic
more of a
observation?
trading thing, and it's
We
so-
had a big stash of gear on the ship, and the last place we were at was here. That sells dodgy gear, right? Which means whoever's our local contact generally would be is dodgy.
That was kind of what I was getting at to see. If
You
I
have
might-
heard
go-
of Stellar Pinnacle. They are a freight business in this local area, working out of the Coraline League mainly, but they do go to the
Space Mafia.
Zydarian condominium as well. Sorry, codominium. There's a spelling error on my map. And into the Kajani Triumvirate. When I'm turning this way, new viewers, I'm looking at the giant maps that I have on my wall, which you can see on the Discord.
When he looks the other way, it's because he's musing on the past.
When I'm looking this way, there's a small child staring at me through an open door.
Yeah. It is possible we could even have failed to deliver certain goods to a certain person.
That's all right. I'm just going to tell them everyone who used to be on the ship is dead.
Would you stop telling people that people are dead? Stop doing it on the tannoys. Stop doing it on the comms. Multiple people think we're all going to die. Stop it.
Well, that's what happens when you travel star systems.
She comes
We
back on the
drifted
comm.
into a gas giant. Yeah.
She comes back onto the comm and says, "Oh, Mr. Cathrise will meet you down in the docking ledge."
Jack goes back to his
Sure,
normal voice.
sure, that'll be fun.
Yeah, thank you very much for that. And sorry, can I just see what the captain agreed on funds for the?
Oh, it's all agreed and transferred. Thank you very much, Eonia.
How much did we
we
pay
had
for docking?
we had a receipt.
For
I think it was 1,200.
Someone removed 2,500 from the ship.
I
kitty.
have already done so.
Brilliant.
Jack sort of downloads the receipt onto a tab on these. Like he has a little tablet with him, and he downloads a new receipt onto here. I'll keep an eye on this. Next time, don't negotiate. And he just walks off.
Okay, so you're given the vector and location for port 3 and docking 2. And you can see now that there are 3 main levels to this space station, which is in orbit of the water world. There is a gas giant in the system, but it's like 4 days journey in that direction, right? And you've kind of jumped in close to the planet, and you're kind of a couple of hours out from Indaraliggu.
Indaraliggu.
So you need to decide when we get there if we're going to fuel up, in which case it'll cost 500 a ton, isn't it? So we'll
Yes.
need at least 20,000, if not 40,000. 20
This
tons. or
POS
40
is falling
tons.
apart
20
at the best of
tons.
times. Perhaps
So
we could
yeah,
at least
will
give
be
it decent
10,000.
fuel.
10,000 or
Yeah, because
20,000 credits.
yeah, that was it. Yeah. So you'll have to decide how much
Pretty
fuel
sure
you
we
want to buy.
put 95 in it last time, so we have to put 98 in it this time.
I did.
It's not a sports spaceship. It doesn't need 98.
It doesn't fit 98.
Cool. Does it need that blue thing? What's that blue thing that you put in?
I thought that was the gloves that you had to hold when you plugged the pipes in.
And as you're flying in, there are other ships in system. Some of them are moving around. You can see there's some on your sensors, sort of further away in the asteroid belt. There are some small ships moving. You can even see like the plumes of thrusters near the gas giant on your. You can't see it with the eye, but you can see it on your sensors, right? What you can see above this beautiful blue world is this little grubby looking spaceport, and as you're getting closer and closer, it's bigger and bigger, and you can see a few ships are docked there, right? There is a large, big freighter that has got Stellar Pinnacle written across the side. There is also I believe it was Universal Holdings Incorporated, right? The Manticore that you met before. They are docked up. And you can also see two vessels that you probably all recognize as kind of Varga style vessels. They're kind of more pointy, like dagger shaped. They look cool, but Varga like cool looking ships, right? And then there's a couple of sort of shuttles going up and down from the surface, and it looks like you kind of dock on the station and shuttle down if you need to. The planet, as you're getting quite close to the station, looks to the eye just completely water. Yeah, no, there's cloud systems, but you can't. You're like, any land there? Can't see any land there. Maybe there's a bit somewhere, but you're not sure. And,
places like this tend to be pelagic. You'll have a few small island chains. They won't be visible from up here. They'll be congregated around the equator in general. They'll be hidden under cloud cover and air signs, and a lot of it will be flotation rigs that they'll use for kelp mining, fishing, that kind of thing.
What's the tech level here?
B.
It's pretty good.
Not bad.
It's not as good as some of the stuff that we've got, but it's better than some of the other stuff that we've got.
Mm-hmm.
How many docking bays are there free there?
So as you come towards it, you can see that the lower. So as I said, it's this stack of three kind of levels, like a rig, right? Yeah. Each level isn't necessarily just one story. It's kind of like, it might be a few. And at the bottom, there's all the kind of docking area. In the middle, there seems to be the kind of more mechanical and industrial looking parts. And at the top, there's clearly like some office structure and weapons systems, things like that. It's got some defenses. It looks like there's like a little hangar up there as well. Hang on, let me show you on the. I've realised I've shown the viewers, but I haven't shown you guys. Mm-hmm. I've given it to you in the Discord.
Favoritism.
I will. Well, you've already had it, but I've put it in the Forge as well.
No token in the scene.
Oh yeah, sorry, I keep forgetting about that. Configure.
In the meantime, I am gonna comm the station. Move us slightly towards an adjacent empty docking bay and say we're experiencing some thruster issues. I can
as you start moving off the vector. If you start moving away from it, you get commed before you get a chance to comm them.
Yeah,
and they're this is big rig docking control. Please move to your designated docking port. We've got traffic moving in and out of system, and we need to keep close control.
I've got a thruster issue. It's a known problem with the ship.
You hear a tap of a few keys on an old Commodore 64 keyboard. Yeah, we can see that your thrusters aren't working optimally, but come on.
I'm pretty sure I can make this docking bay, but if I have to steer off course again, might hit something.
Well, I can do that for an emergency admin fee of 500 credits.
Yeah, sure, whatever.
Okay, send it across, and I'll reallocate your docking privileges to that location. It says here there's a note on your file as well. Sorry, one of my colleagues dealt with you previously. There's a contact upon arrival. Would you like me to inform them of your additional docking, your docking change, or have you done that?
No, it's all right. We've already been in contact. Over and out.
Okay, so you pay
And the
500
comms up.
credits, and you pull into a different.
Yeah, I
the
don't
way
like
down
the
to,
fact that they have a giant ship next to us. I'm not docking there.
Well, the big ships are actually there's 3 big prongs coming out the bottom level, and the big ships are docked on the outside of the prongs because they're so big, right? And then on the inside you've got like
It's mainly the bloke coming to meet us.
Stellar Pinnacle ship.
Yeah, I'd rather we go to meet him.
Okay.
Than vice versa.
Okay.
An angry Jack Denver does make his way to the bridge.
Yeah, you look.
The whole point of this is to make money. We don't make money if you keep giving it to people.
Money flows back and forth. That's
Yeah.
how
I
the
don't know
whole
if you've
thing
noticed,
works.
Gower,
It's
but
just-
none has come flowing in as of yet.
Yeah, but everyone's still alive, right? So, that's like usually in this kind of situation we expect at least a 10% drop in pay because one of them will probably,
I can't say that I've experienced this very often, and it is very concerning that this happens on ships that you clearly fly on a regular
We need to
basis.
stop letting him talk to people, don't we?
Yeah, I think we need to speak to Ivik and get him to disable internal comms from this bridge. And he'll only be able to contact us
Internal
directly.
comms.
Contacting us directly
external
only.
comms, I think you mean.
Yeah,
External,
any
yeah.
comms. Just any
Internal
comms. Gower's lost his comms.
Deactivate
privileges.
internal comms.
That's fine.
Brilliant.
So Jack's got a comm bead, yeah?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. So I'll just reroute all the external communications to Jack's personal comms.
You just
Jack-
get hours and hours of space.
Yeah, so there's all the space chatter and stuff
Gary
that's coming in.
Gary singing. That's
Do you know what it is? Well, I've got electronics computers. I could probably, hopefully, switch that off. Right, we'll just get us docked and don't crash the ship. Now I'm going to go speak to the other people, and then he switches back to his other voice.
Ness, you're upstairs,
Yes.
and
Passing out tiny bags of peanuts and hot towels.
a rather weathered-looking lady. She's got skin that looks like she's been out in the elements. Maybe salt air, maybe at sea a lot. And she's wearing rather practical-looking clothes, right? It's clearly not like any kind of harness or gear or kit or equipment, but someone who's kind of more on that end of the fashion world. And she approaches and says, have we docked yet?
We're just in the process of docking this. Is there anything I can do to help smooth your transition to planet side?
Well, if you could arrange for a shuttle for me down from the shuttle bays on Big Rig, then I can get back to my rig as quickly as possible. It's urgent.
Oh, of course. Anything else I can do for you?
You don't happen to have a troop of mercenaries at your behest by any chance, do you? She laughs, slaps you on the shoulder.
I may have a few contacts that may be able to assist if you're looking to recruit a personal security detail, if that would be of any assistance.
Interesting.
Purely for legitimate means, of course.
Sure. Well, I'm a rig chief. and you've just safely brought me back, so thank you. Unfortunately, the reason I'm returning is there was some sort of mutiny on board my rig, and I need to get down there as soon as possible. So if you can communicate ahead for me, that'd be great. I've got some things to sort out.
I will do. Which rig is it? And do you want me to notify them of your arrival, or do you plan on arriving
No,
more
no,
softly?
no. We don't communicate to the rig right
Don't
now. I'm not
communicate
sure of the
anything to the rig.
situation.
As you wish. And which rig is it? And I'll see if I can find out if any news has come from there.
Northwest 17A.
I'll get right on that.
With Sky VIP, you could win a trip of a
I
lifetime
will
to
then
Hollywood.
get right on
Come
that. And book her a shuttle and text Jack Denver.
Jack Denver will respond and say, "Pardon."
Do we do mercenary stuff?
I'm not aware of us doing mercenary stuff.
One of the passengers, I'm just calling. One of the passengers has asked if we could put her in touch with a group of mercenaries. She's one of the rig chiefs, and apparently there's been a mutiny.
Well, there's 2 Varga ships just off the side there. They're normally up for mercenary work.
Do you think that you'd be any good at middle manning that kind of arrangement?
It wouldn't be the first time I've been involved in such an arrangement.
Just thinking, might be a few extra credits in it. Yeah, she was after a small mercenary contingent that might be able to assist her in a boarding action, I believe, on her rig.
Okay.
Jack Denver, you're being conned.
Hello, Jack Denver.
Well, you can look down to see who's calling you if you want.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I'll still respond. Hello, Jack Denver.
Hi. I'm at the docking bay. Where are you?
I'm sorry. Who are you?
Broden.
Nice to meet you. Who are you?
Where's your... You sat here, a bit of confusion, like a pause. Where's your... where's Myrie?
Is that the drugs that we were carrying?
That's the name of Ben's contact who died.
Oh, okay, yeah. I'm afraid a person by that name passed away probably quite some time ago when we took ownership of the ship. Not that we killed her; she was already dead when we took control of the ship.
The call ends.
Oh, that went well.
Gotta be honest with some people.
Was it Myrie, Ben? What was the name of your contact? Sorry.
Oof, now you're asking.
If
Since
you
she died the day I met her.
If you don't have a name, then it's Myrie.
I did not have a name, so her
There you
name
go.
was Myrie.
There you go.
And she's dead. That was
She
good.
did.
Nice knowing you, Myrie.
Because obviously his external comm chat are probably bouncing around. Do the Varga ships have any idents or ability to make contact with them?
Yeah, they seem to be talking and they're perusing there are some trade halls and obviously all the sellers there are on the internet, the local internet, and selling all their stuff on like an index there. So you can see that they're tapped into the system and they're communicating with different companies and stuff. So there's comm traffic to and from their ship.
So do their names of their ships appear anywhere in sort of like a quick internet search? I say internet, it's obviously not called internet, but like internet search for like mercenary work. Because I don't want to just call them and be like, hey guys, just because you're Vargas, I'm going to assume you do mercenary work.
yeah, sure. One of the ships is called the Savage Blade, and that seems to have come up, when you're checking through records and old information, and crew of the Savage Blade has done a boarding action or rescued these people from kidnappers and all that kind of stuff. And they generally seem to be the stories seem to have a very positive spin on them. But any pictures you see of them make them look like a bunch of like badass murdering mercenaries. But like they've got good PR, basically, obviously.
Obviously, great.
That's
Yeah.
what we want.
Yeah.
That's what I think. That's what this lady's after. So yeah, I'm try to open communications to them. Just like beep beep beep. Like I'll send them like a brief over first of like the information that we've been given by the old lady. Well, that Mathis was given by the old lady, and then I'll transfer. So it's a brief of like an idea, so they can come back to me. It's like a
Oh,
proposal.
so you're just gonna like do an info
Yeah,
burst
I'll do an
to be like-
info burst, almost like a, hey, I've got this proposition. This is like the brief I've got at the moment in time. Can we talk?
Okay, cool. You send that across, and a few minutes pass. You're now docked. Well, I'm not going to make you roll, Lewis, to dock with the ship. I don't want you all to die. No, like
Why ever
docking.
not?
Like these things have, guidance systems and stuff, and when you're not under duress or anything, then you're fine. So you're docked, and your passengers are now starting to like come down. Simon, are you doing anything while this is going on? Are you preparing anything?
I'm trying to. So I'm checking out the gambling dens and local
Okay.
casinos.
Yep.
I've PM'd Ness. Are we going to make some money today?
You're not wanting to go in the casinos.
I've done the big smile emoji.
There is a casino and entertainment centre on the trade hall side of the leisure zone on the main deck, which is it's kind of like seems to be a place for like sport gambling on sports and events, as well as like local gambling.
And can I also suggest that that loud and noisy places are also very good places to have private conversations.
Discreet conversations. You're not wrong there.
And I've been here before, so it's not as if anyone's going to not expect to see my face. So
Cool.
maybe we go make a bit of money. Maybe Ness, helps me out.
All right. Yes. Fine. But we can't be ridiculous about it.
So can I use Streetwise?
Mhm.
So when we get there, can I use Streetwise
Yep.
to work out which is my best table?
Sure.
To
Yeah.
try and get an advantage on.
Yeah. So you guys are gonna. There's a few things you've got to like get your stuff, and are you leaving Gary to see all the passengers off the ship?
No.
No, you're going to do all that first.
Yeah, we'll sort that out
Okay.
first.
You sort all that stuff. Dan,
Shake
you
their
then
hands,
get
go good pulse, strong heartbeat as they leave.
Gotta get back to the bridge.
Dan, you get commed.
Hello, Jack Denver.
You have the honor of talking to the Savage Blade. Your proposal is very interesting. More details are required, however.
Excellent. Let me just get the lady whose mission it is, and we can talk. I'm assuming we haven't let her off the ship yet because we're arranging transport for the surface with her and whatnot.
Yeah, no, she's actually in the middle of a call while you go to find her, but she's like shuts the door on you because she's like, no, you've got to get over there quick. She's having some kind of fierce debate about something that sounds very actions, people going places and doing things. You have to do that today. That has to happen right now. No, not there. That will everything. No, that'll be bad. That kind of stuff.
Okay, well, when she slams the finger in my face, I say, unfortunately, she's a little bit busy with this situation she's got going on. It sounds
you cannot
very
speak for her.
well, to a point. Let's call me a middleman. I'm a negotiator.
Very well.
So what's your sort of going rate for immediate action where required?
Is it a military grade firefight with multiple opponents,
Well,
or is it a hit job?
At this moment in time, intel is a little bit sketchy on how armed the mutineers are. Likelihood is if you take out the ringleaders, they'll probably dissipate fairly quickly thereafter. So a show of force.
There are
You may not even have to
generally-
fire a gun.
Well, don't say that to the team. They'll be disappointed.
Okay.
The team of 10 is 40,000 credits a day.
Excellent, excellent. Okay, so if I pass that along, and can I come back to you and give you an okay on that?
Certainly, we've got certain contract details that would need to be ironed out with the actual client. But if there's heavy explosives, radiation, zero gravity, any extraneous situations such as this, I'll send you the full contract. There is
Please do.
a heavy additional cost, but you can understand that, right?
Absolutely.
Is it on planet?
It is on planet.
So likely some sort of marine boarding action.
That
I
seems
did tell
likely.
you it was a boarding action.
Yes, yes. My colleague had just shouted over to me that it is aboard in action. Yes, it seems to be one of the rigs on the surface. This is a rig chief mutiny while she's been off planet.
And what is your fee in this?
Well,
Are you calling a standard 10%?
well, I mean, I'll discuss this with the client. She can pay me rather than anything. But yeah, most likely the standard 10% for negotiation.
Excellent.
But you know, as I've heard your
we are-
reputation, I may cut a slightly lower deal to get you guys involved.
Interesting. Well, we are engaged in negotiations on a few fronts.
I shan't keep you
believe-
waiting.
I believe the people that she is not too friendly with have also called us recently.
Oh, I understand. Thank you very much for the heads up on that. I'll be back to you very shortly. And I politely say goodbye and hang up the beep beep. And I then insistently knock on the door, not rudely, but kind of, she probably needs this intel fairly fast.
Yeah, so she's kind of like, okay. So you can hear her sort of laying out. It sounds like she's talking about logistics and supplies and power and that kind of stuff. Like maybe for like a group who have got away, or you're not sure. But you kind of go in and she turns to look at you like,
Fairly urgent. I try not to say it too loudly. I'm trying to like say it so she can see what I'm wording. But
I will contact you shortly. What?
so I've managed to make contact with a mercenary group in orbit called the Savage Blade. They have a fairly good reputation.
I've heard of them.
Yes, they are willing to partake upon the job for 40,000 credits a day, which it's good. Obviously, there's our standard 10% fee for on top of that for negotiations, and they have a few other things that waiver an additional cost should high explosives and things. And I have the contract here; I can show it to you. However, what I would say is that they have also been contacted by the sounds of the opposite side, i.e., the side that I've mutineered against you.
Those religious zealots. They'll stop at nothing.
Yes, ma'am. I more than likely agree with you. However, so if you want to avoid them taking the other side, I would suggest that you engage in their services.
She hands you a credit, like because obviously you're far away from a bank, so they have kind of credit chips and stuff that store money on. She hands you a credit chip and she says, there's 60,000 credits on here. Do what you can to get them.
Yes, ma'am. And I go back out. We will probably need your before as I go to leave. We will probably need your signatures on contracts, so to make sure it's all finalised. Oh, excellent.
She sticks her thumb out.
Thank you.
You can
then.
tell that she's really stressed and really,
Yeah.
really urgent about this.
Yeah. Okay. In which case, I should go back out and then phone back or come back to the mercenary captain.
There's a little delay, and then you get, you have returned. I
Yes.
saw your call and cut off my other call. I assume there has been some progress.
Absolutely, and I thank you very much for taking the time to jump back in with me. I have approval from the young lady. She's not quite as young actually, but I have approval from the lady, and she has handed over already 40,000 credits straight away to you. She's ready to engage in the contract and has already signed the contract.
Well, I would have to inform you that the opposition has made a slightly higher. They have offered me 42,000.
Understandable. In which case, to close off any long drawn out negotiations, how about we call it 48,000 credits from the lady, and you don't engage in any further negotiations?
I believe that is agreeable.
Excellent. She's already signed the contract, so she's ready to engage your services with immediate action.
Okay.
And I plug the chip in, and I'm guessing we plug it in, and I transfer the...
And she goes, He goes, Rig Chief Rainer Staffendorn. An important figure. I've heard of the religious uprisings in the region around Rig NW17A. This becomes all clear now. Excellent.
Yeah, hopefully this ends up being a very lucrative contract for yourself.
Well, I'm sure we can extend it into a campaign if need be, and then perhaps the Staffendorn fortune can be tilted in our direction.
Here's hoping.
Thank you very much, Jack Denver.
Happy to be of service.
And keep my ident on your system. You never know when we're around.
Absolutely. And if I ever have need of your services again, I shall certainly point a call in your direction.
Excellent. One thing I would just warn you of. Some of my crew last time we were here became excessively intoxicated with a very brief encounter with a new narcotic. I would advise caution in the leisure zone.
Understood. I shall pass the message along to my crew. Thank you very much for the heads up. And then I hang up again.
Cool.
Good job, we've got nothing to do with that.
Then all the stuff is going on. You're kind of unloading all the things and all that kind of stuff. But then we kind of thank you very much, goodbye, and all the passengers coming off. Some of them seem to be people who are coming out here to get a job. The low
Thank you
berth
for flying
people.
air, not dying horribly in space. We hope you enjoyed your time with us.
And free space shanties.
Yes, a couple of people are like, I love the singing pilot.
I'm like, don't encourage him.
You weren't there on Thursday night. It was amazing when he was singing in the the lounge. Is it a lounge? Is it your diner? I don't know. Whatever it is.
On the table.
Yeah, standing on the table and singing shanties very loudly.
I now have this image of like the old Titanic film with when Jack's dancing around on the table with Kate, and everyone's playing like fiddles and stuff.
But it's just Captain Gower. No one else. Everyone's stony faced in the room, and it's just Captain Gower going around on a table, and everyone's like, "What's going on?" Awkward. Cool. So all that's going on, and then we cut to Eilvik and Ness heading through the corridor. So you come out of the docking area, and immediately ahead there's a large area. It's very kind of industrial maintenance area for refueling and servicing of vessels. So there's loads of hoses and machinery, and this is where any retrofitting would go on and stuff. So there are also some sort of docking bay doors that actually open up for repairs rather than just docking on the outside. Beyond that, to the left as you're going into the station, there's a storage, like basically massive container storage for people who got
massive containers,
got their stock, come up from the planet, and they need people to take it somewhere, and they're storing it there. And there's a refinery behind the shuttle bays, which open up on top, and shuttles fly out and then down to the planet. You go up some public elevators into the hydroponics section. And there's kind of a nice arboretum. It's a little bit Spartan, so it's not over the top. It's not like some kind of tropical paradise. But they've got some plants in there. They've got like little irrigation system going between it. They've got a variety of different plants from nearby planets sort of there, which is quite nice. And you see some people kind of resting there, standing, looking out into the space, looking at the planet below. And it's quite a nice setting, you know, that kind of thing. And there's two ways you can get to the leisure zone. You can either go through the trade halls or you can go around through the habitation level.
Well, we might as well go through the Ness?
What?
Habitation?
You're standing at a
Trade?
T junction and it says left, trade halls, right, habitation.
Oh, I don't want to get distracted by
quarters.
trade halls. Let's go through the
We'll
hab.
go through habitation.
We'll go through hab. And if there's a couple of little kiosks or bars, we'll do some light carousing on our way.
Some light carousing.
Yeah.
Okay, let's have some streetwise rolls.
Okie dokie. So difficulty is
Just a straight up,
Average.
roll.
routine.
Yeah, average.
Average.
Yeah.
Average.
Oh, Les got a 9, so that's an effect of 1. Being the
so how do I
average.
roll again? I just click on.
Click on the skill.
Click on the.
Yeah, get
And
your.
then,
Click on the dice next to the skill name.
I was in it.
That's cool.
Supervisor roll.
Oh, 11.
Did I roll double one again? Like when I unplugged the sensors last week.
Yeah, that was great. Okay, so you're making your way through the trade halls, and this is like a big marketplace kind of area. Some places it's like a mall, and there's like store fronts and everything. Other places it's like temporary structures that people have brought in and set up. And you're kind of going around, you can see a whole breadth of items that you might sell. There's fast food joints, there's a couple of nice restaurant areas, although you get the sense there's probably more eating in the habitation area, but you can see for the people who work here, they need to provide some food.
Yeah.
And everything from aardvarks to zero G suits, you know, you've got the whole thing in between. And you kind of make your way through. Eilvik, you are pretty sure someone is following you.
Okay.
They're keeping their distance, but they seem to be not too experienced with it. Whereas you know when someone's following you through a crowd, right? So
I do now.
Well, yeah.
Well, yes, I've been followed before with big bags of pockets full of money. I shall give Ness a look and go, and hope he worked it out.
So you could both see this guy a bit further back, wearing a kind of spacer jumpsuit type thing.
Right. Okay.
It's got like a quiff of hair. Seems to be and you kind of notice him because he's quite a handsome man, you know, and he
Right.
kind of stands out in the crowd a bit of all these kind of dirty, grungy worker type folk.
Yeah.
You know. So you kind of like, oh, he kind of stands out a bit.
Okay. We'll do the whole stopping. You know when you walk past a crowd, so you know he's lost you for like a second, and
Right.
then just stopping, and like just maneuvering so that he will just go past you. You know what I mean?
Oh.
And then just stepping up next to him. Hello.
Okay.
I did get like +3.
You
That's
did.
pretty good.
Yeah, you did. So you kind of lag. You do it. You kind of step round a clump of people, and he kind of comes through, like sort of looking like this, straight ahead, and then turns and see. You don't like get right up to him like this, but he kind of
I'm
turns
not going
and
to do
sees
I'm not going
you.
to do the hand in the pocket. Not doing any of that.
Ness, are you next to Eilvik, or are you like the other side or something? Are you like
I'll be the other side of him, yeah.
Okay. So he kind of sees you, and he's like, oh, and he like turns to walk away.
Let's not do this like that. Let's just have a conversation. This is like a no gun zone. You ain't getting shot. You ain't getting beaten up. We're just gonna have a conversation.
Oh, okay. Here. Yeah.
It's
Cool.
quite loud.
What do you want to know?
Well, you've been following me for a little while now. Is it me you're following?
Well, you left that ship, right?
I did. So you're following me because I came off the ship. Was there someone on
man.
the
The
ship
last
you
time I
knew?
saw the Ionia, it was dashing out of port with some people I wanted to talk to, and yeah.
Okay. Gary's the only one alive. Everyone else is dead. Whatever went down, went down.
Says you.
We took over the ship.
Okay.
Jettisoned dead
So
people.
where's my product?
You're after your product.
Well, to be honest, right, it's not my product. I like sell the stuff for a guy.
Yeah.
And he wants to know where it is. And he sends me to talk to people because, hey, you know, and he kind of gives you a bit of a grin.
News to us, unfortunately, there was no product aboard when we took ownership of the vessel.
Sure. So you guys now own the ship. You don't have any of the stuff that was aboard. You don't know the people who were aboard.
You know, Gary, he was in a freezer.
Gary. Okay.
And he's basically the cabin boy / deckhand. So
What about Myri? Do you know Myri?
What did she look like? We jettisoned a couple of bodies. One was a woman.
He describes the person.
yes, we did find her in a cabin, stabbed to death.
After you stabbed her?
No, I don't stab people. It's messy.
It kind of sizes you up. Okay.
I'm gonna
That I believe.
right. I'm gonna lift up my t-shirt because obviously there's no need. I'm gonna lift up my t-shirt and I'm gonna go. These ain't abs. And I'm gonna lower my t-shirt. And I'm gonna say,
You got a little
well,
pot belly under there.
yeah. I'm gonna say, well, I definitely didn't stab anyone, mate.
Look, I knew this was going to
Sure.
happen. I said, didn't I, that
You did.
the ship was too cheap, that there was something going on. The whole thing was a bit shifty, and no, it'll be fine. It's a really good deal, we were told.
Hey, well, look, I've got to go back to my boss and, talk to him about this. So, yeah.
Okay. Well, if I see you coming back with a big burly guy, then I'll know. We're going to go to the gambling hall and do some gambling. Just so you don't have to try and sneak up behind us again. That didn't work really well for you, to be honest. I'd just go with the
Okay.
straight up.
Okay. Well, next time I'll just walk straight up to you, but it probably won't be me. So,
Hey,
there's a quite a hefty monetary value on some cargo containers that were shipped by the Ionia, and it's back without them
Yeah,
or any money.
and a huge mortgage on it.
Sure. Cool. Okay. Well, look.
Look, if your boss
Enjoy
wants
your-
to have a reasonable conversation about it, we're happy to do that. But you can't seriously expect to hold us responsible for the previous.
I'm not holding you
owner's
responsible
lack
for
of
anything.
responsibility.
I'm not holding you responsible for anything.
Not
It's just a weird world out there, isn't it?
Yeah, very strange. Very strange indeed.
Yeah. Hey, that's cool. No worries. You guys have a good night, right? The Galactica Mystique game that they run here, that's a good game with a good table here. So check that out. You get that one for free.
Appreciate it.
Yeah. So enjoy your evening and see you around.
Will do.
He walks off.
Yeah.
So you guys head into the leisure zone.
Oh
Yeah, I think I might come back to the others.
Okay.
You might need to spend some of that money on some security.
Drug dealers want their shit. Played dumb. Told them we got conned for the ship. Be aware, they're probably going to try and kill us all.
Are you sending a message or are you actually saying that to us?
That was a text. Just texting you that.
Yeah. Yeah. And I'll text. And the Jedi didn't use any mind tricks. I know. He does that face twitch when he does.
Jack just responds, half of that's true. We definitely got conned on buying this bloody ship. Bloody Ash.
Gower's just gonna respond, that's what airlocks are for.
I love this. We've probably got this weird like spaceship WhatsApp group that we're all talking in.
Just every...
Yeah.
Yes. Oh, great.
Okay.
Fantastic.
But you might want to make sure Gary doesn't leave the ship because he's the only one who does know what happened and does know they might try and pick him up.
And Avik dropped him in the shit.
Sometimes
Gower's
I'm not.
gonna
Sometimes I'm not that
text back.
sensible.
low birth? Question mark.
Oh, Gary's back in the low berth.
Oh God. With the post-it note on the out front. Please wake me up when we arrive. Okay.
Can I roll on my carousing before?
Yes, you can roll
we go,
for some light carousing.
light carousing. Right. So light carousing. Before we go gambling, we'll do some light carousing.
As opposed to the heavy carousing, which is
Heavy
requires a
carousing.
different skill set.
Yeah.
Do
And it's
some
heavier.
light carousing. you
Okay,
know.
so
Get some-
does that mean I can look drunker than I actually am? It looks like I've partied harder than I am.
Yeah, well, not
Yeah.
super hard, but maybe a little bit.
Yeah.
You're one of those ones you get drunk quickly, but then you plateau and you can last all night.
Yeah. Well, I'm not going to get that drunk because I'm going to go gambling at the Galactica Mystique.
Mm-hmm. That is a game.
Oh, that's
they
the
have.
game.
That's the game.
they have. Yeah.
Cool. Let's go see what Galactica Mystique is.
So
It
you
does sound kind of hot.
yeah.
you head into the leisure zone, and there's various bars. There's some kind of sports areas. It's kind of sports more on the habitation side. So there's like gym, climbing walls. Sports courts and all that kind of stuff, and then it kind of bleeds over into sports bar, and then gambling den, fight club, gladiatorial arena. That kind of stuff. And you find this kind of large opening gambling zone, and there's lots of different tables of different games going on. And around the outsides, kind of stuck up high around the room, there are large screens with looks like sports going on of different types. A lot of it seems water based. And there's also something called rig ball on one of the screens, which looks super dangerous as someone falls off one level of a rig and lands hit with his back on the railing of the level below, and there's a big cheer from a group of people around it.
You have to be psychic to see that coming.
And you see a large gambling area with glamorous assistants of all genders and persuasions around it, all not wearing very much clothing, around this Galactica mystique. They're trying to draw lots of people in. Seems to be a few people spending a bit more money, and there's a lot of people sitting around. It's kind of card, token, pieces, kind of think Ian M. Banks, Player of Games, kind of big, huge board with lots of people around it, sliding things around. And it seems like it's a microcosm of taking over the galaxy, or the ancients. It's got a theme of the ancients, which,
Okay.
so there's kind of chance going on, and you make decisions, and then each round of activity, people are betting on things and putting their money down.
Okay. Well, I'm going to be guided in my gambling by Ness.
I like this forced psychic.
As long as he doesn't keep advertising it to people. This is the downside to him knowing about me. Like, hey, go gambling.
Okay, so what we can do is we can do a task chain, right?
Yeah.
Where Ben can make a telepathy.
Step 1, telepathy mind link. Oh no, because it lasts 1d seconds. That's useless. That's no good at all.
No, that'd be fine, because all you want to know is whether the person is excited
I'd have
they're
to do
going
it
to win or
every
nervous.
time.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
And I was going to mind link to you.
Yeah.
So that I could then use other powers to judge the game. So what I'll do instead is we'll do a nice open surface thought read to learn how to play.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Perhaps we'll give that a try.
We're going to have that bit in Beastmaster where all the green goo comes out of their ears.
Read surface thoughts. It says other individuals.
Yeah,
But
it's not quite very specific. Okay, cool.
I think with psychics, it's one of those things, isn't it? If you don't block them out, you start hearing people. It's just a matter of refining it.
Sure, and this reach is long, so that's within the room. Yeah.
So what
50
I'll
meters.
do is, I'll probably try to expand it out over more people based on success.
Well, let's see if you succeed.
Let's see if I succeed. Telepathy. And it's an average roll.
Yes.
Double check that. Yep. There we go.
Okay. So you've got a 10, right? So where's our task chain rules? 63.
There is a thing in skill rolls to add a
basically,
modifier for
you
task
get
chains.
Simon gets a +2 on his gambling, right? As you reach out and you start to sense the emotions of everyone at the table. Oh, confusion, excitement, ambivalence, oh, fear. Oh, great excitement there. Like confidence there. Deception, bluff there. You start to kind of pick up on these. They're not like super strong. It doesn't detail like what their cards are or what they're exactly going to do. But you get a feel of what they're going to be doing, and you kind of the roll we're going to have to make after you've done a round is we will need a deception roll so that the person running the game doesn't see that Ness is signaling Eilvik
Right.
about specific things, because then that might be seen as evil psychic cheating.
Yeah.
Well then, let me open up the compendium skill list.
There are
and drag
groups. There are groups of people. So there's a player, and then there are people going, "Oh, do this, do that, do this, do that." Kind of thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
Just
So
drag
I'm gonna
the
bet.
deception skill across that I have.
So I'm going to
Not
bet
got.
5. I'm going to bet $5,000.
$5,000.
Right. $5,000. Okay. So are we going to go? What was it? Average. So are we thinking?
Right. What does the
average
gambling?
difficult?
Does the gambling skill say give any indication of?
Is deception int or sock based?
Intelligence.
Yes, because it's creativity. Gambler. Increase the rewards from benefit miles to post it. Okay. So yeah, the effect of your roll, right? Every one effect will give you 10% return on your money.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. So I'm going to do an average roll.
Because you may not be the only person who wins in a round, right?
Yeah,
so there's
yeah,
a split of things.
So I'm going to do an average roll, get 10% for every effect. Okay.
But you were at +2.
Yeah. I'm at +2. I rolled 5 and got -3. Right. So I lost 10%.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So I lost 500 on my first roll. Yeah.
Yep.
All right. So we'll go again.
I said.
Yeah. No, that one, not that one. Yeah.
Okay.
She's winning, he's losing.
Did I roll 5 again? I did, didn't I?
You did. You rolled a 5 again.
I've lost 500 more.
Yep.
Okay. Right. I'm assuming we don't have to do a deception roll if I'm losing money.
No.
No.
No, you don't.
And actually, I'm guessing we'll get a bonus if I win any money.
No. No, you won't.
Okay.
I like your thinking though, Simon.
Okay. So effect 4 plus 2 is effect 6, yeah?
Yes.
Yeah.
So that's
6.
Yep. So that's $3,000 you just made. So it's 500 per effect.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So you're back up.
So I'm up $2,000.
Up $2,000.
Okay.
Yep.
All right. And now he needs to make a deception roll.
Once you're done,
Once I'm done.
depending on how much you've won, I'm going to tell.
Okay.
We'll have a deception roll with the difficulty.
So that's another 1,500.
Yes.
Okay. So I've made back the docking fee. Yeah. Yeah.
You've got 3,500.
3,500.
So you've made more than the docking fee.
And
You're
3,500.
absolutely not gambling with the ship's money.
No, this is my money. Yeah. No, this is actually my personal cash. Yeah, we'll go one more and then we're done. Okay. Go one more and then we're done. Yeah. Okay.
So another 3.
2, 3, 4. So come out $5,000.
Yeah.
Right. Okay.
Okay. So
I'm gonna drop a grand chip to the house. So the dealer, I'm gonna drop a grand chip to the dealer.
Yeah. They've very professional. Don't smile or indicate that they know you in any way, and just take the chip. Thank you very much.
And then I'm gonna walk away with my. So I'm gonna pocket my $2,000.
So we'll need a routine deception roll.
Okay. Does he get a bonus from my carousing effect?
I'll say +1. I'll say a +1.
Yeah.
Say a +1.
So that going other modifiers then.
Yeah. Oh. Okay. Are we
running out of this joint?
So as you're walking across the room, one of the guys who's wearing one of those jackets with an earpiece in.
Oh yeah.
He walks over and he says, "Excuse me, please, could you accompany me?"
Yeah, sure.
And he takes you over to the side of the room, and there's a door. And he opens the door and he goes, "In here, please."
Are we both going?
He's like pointing at both of you. It's like, because you're leaving, it's like, "Come in here, please."
Yeah, okay.
Yep.
Yeah, that's fine. We'll go in there. Well, I'll step in there. What's Ness doing?
Well, part of your group, I need to check if you've got any kind of magnetic devices, any kind of card readers, any track, all the usual tricks. Please come inside here.
I'll go in. That's fine.
It's just a standard random spot check.
Yeah.
And he starts checking you over, right?
Yeah.
And obviously you've got no devices, right?
No.
So I'm not even going to make you roll. But he's like checking you over, and he's like, he's like confused, like you can tell, and he's starting to get a bit frustrated, and he's like he's getting things and like seeing if they're like your clothes, if there's something sewn into the clothes or something like that, and he's like, after like a good 20 minutes of checking things, it's just like, okay, cool, thank you very much, enjoy the rest of your evening.
Okay. We'll leave.
Don't you can't push it like this. This is supposed to be a secret. It's not a game.
Oh no, but you know. Anyway, here's
What
your,
if I have to
here's-
use that on drug dealers later?
here's your two grand.
Oh. Well, all right then. Maybe it isn't. At least you're cutting me in.
Yeah, and
Brilliant.
I'll pocket my 2 grand.
Cool. Okay.
Yeah.
So while Laurel and Hardy are at the gambling site, what is Lewis doing, and what is Dan doing?
I will be making sure that our finances measure up with our passengers and our stuff. So
that's cool.
I'm basically making sure that 219,600
200. Okay, sorry.
from our journey is appropriately apportioned to the ship. And then I obviously have also taken my 4,800 cut for the 48,000 I negotiated for the
That's my cut
Mercenary.
of that.
Well, she gave you 60 grand.
I gave her back the change.
Okay.
I'm an
Fair
honest.
play, fair play. She
because
nods at that.
this
She
is
nods
future-
at that. Yeah.
Because
Okay.
also I heard that the guy said to me she's wealthy and her family might be wealthy, so she might keep us in mind for future work and stuff like that. And that's why I drop her like a business card for our ship and just say, in
Okay, I
future
like
if you
it.
need something from us,
I like
so
it.
not necessarily generating a contact, but potentially in future generating some more work from her. And then I'm just dealing with the finances and waiting for really the proverbial SHIT to hit the fan, because those two have gone gambling and there's apparently people trying to kill us. So so Jack's kind of staying quite close to the ship because he doesn't fancy leaving it unguarded. And also, given what they said about Gary, we probably don't want him pinched, because then he'll go, oh yeah, they gave it to someone on another ship. That's not going to end well for us.
He is an idiot.
Yeah.
If we walk back, pass through
Wait,
those
wait,
like
you-
repair bays.
Yeah, we'll come to you later. Lewis, what are you doing?
Gower's gonna get some paint to paint up all those scratches on the ship where those damn.
Where you
Manta
flew
ray
it into
things.
a wall.
It was the manta rays. They scratched up the ship where they were all over
Right
it.
around the docking bay. Where you
Yeah,
flew
yeah,
it into
somewhere
a
there.
wall.
Yeah. We'll paint that up. All nice and fresh.
You get commed. Well, the ship gets commed.
I'll turn it on and hope that Jack Denver's distracted.
Jack, are you listening in? I mean, it's just a ship.
Jack heard it beep probably, and then heard it get answered. And I am busy making sure the money is in the right places and it all totals up. So I probably am a little bit distracted to get involved initially.
Okay.
As I turn it on, I'll say into the comms, "Oh, Jack, can you get the ship fueled up as well?"
The comm comes on, and there's a guy's voice, and he says, "Oh, I'm very sorry to disturb you. I'm one of the freight logistics managers for any 12B rig. You won't know the rig, but anyway, we're a petrochemicals, but also kelp haulers, and we're looking for someone to move some freight for us. We've got a shipment of kelp that we need to get to Desuro, and it's not.
Can I see how far Desuro is?
It's 2 parsecs away, and the belters out there, they're I mean, they live on rocks, right? They don't have a lot of good food, so we have got a good arrangement with them, but they're like these big ships, we don't have enough cargo really to warrant the and we've spoken to the Manticore, and their cargo's full. They're full of this trip. We don't have anyone to take our cargo, and we need someone to take it. They need it within the next couple of weeks. Otherwise, they'll start running out of supplies. They have rations and things, but it's not great there.
Yeah, I get that. So how much is it, and what are you looking to ship it for?
Well, it's kelp, right? Well, it's processed.
How much kelp?
Oh, we've got 50 tons, and we just need it. We just need it taken.
I mean, I'm not sure we're heading in that direction. We might be, but that sounds like a bit of an expensive detour.
Well, we're willing to pay 100,000 credits to have it transported.
Oh, right. Still probably going to be a bit narrow, but I mean, we might be able to accommodate you. When are you thinking this kelp should be leaving?
Well, it needs to get to the there's a trade hub for the Jarnaki Pashalik. One of the asteroids has their little outpost on it, and we've set up a little trade deal with them. We're not big; they're a little office out there. But by our calculations, no one's come back there this recently. It needs to be there in the next couple of weeks. So if someone could go soon,
we
that
could
would
get
be great.
it there, but we're having a bit of a refueling issue at the moment. What was it you said your rig did?
Petrochemicals. Yeah.
Right.
The station has fueling. If you buy fuel from us, it's more expensive than just buying the fuel from the station. I'll tell you that right now.
Yeah, probably if we bought it.
Yeah. Do you understand how starships operate?
I definitely understand that starships need fuel, and you need supplies, shipping.
Yeah, and I'm willing to pay you 100,000 credits.
Aren't taking your gear.
Are you trying to haggle more money out of them? Okay.
No, I'm trying to haggle a full
refuel.
Yeah,
I know what you're trying to do.
How much is a refuel anyway? Was it?
I mean, you've used 20 tons of fuel, right, for this jump?
Yeah.
I think. So you'd need to spend 10 grand to fill up your empty fuel tanks. You could jump.
Look, I'll level with you. I know where this is going. 95 and a full tank. We'll take it there.
Make a persuade roll or broker. I like the way.
Zero, so I'm going to go with persuade.
Lewis
one.
doesn't contact anybody else when he gets conned. He's just like, "Yep, I'm the captain."
What do you reckon, Dan? Is it going to be Lewis or Simon that gets us killed first?
Oh,
okay. Okay, look, we are in a bit of a spot. Okay, well, I'll pay you 95, and I'll arrange for 20 tons of. I assume 20 tons of fuel, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
That looks
Well, I can get that. I can get that arranged for you. Yeah.
And we'll get it where it needs
You
to
hear
go. Quick shot.
You hear typing, right? And then your ship gets a text message saying the refueling has been scheduled for 23 minutes time.
Yeah.
I imagine it comes through to Jax.
Off.
Yeah, it comes through just
the comms off to
broadly
Jack
to the thing.
You don't need to order that fuel now.
I know, Gower, I can see. What have you done?
So yeah, we'll be leaving in How long does it take? Well, about an hour or two time. Yeah, sure, whatever. Look, give us half a day and we'll be out.
Well, you've got a few days if you need to do things in port. That's fine, but you just need to get there in 2 weeks.
We'll get it done.
Okay.
Are you transferring the 30% fixed fee, or?
Oh, don't start again.
I mean, we're not going to leave without at least.
Well, no, they pay us in advance, don't they?
We will pay you. Don't worry.
They're not going to pay us when we get there because they can't.
I'm not about to pay you until you've plot your jump and everything, and tell us you're on your way, and then we'll transfer the funds.
Sign the contract.
Sign the contract. Yep. I'll send the contract over. Here you go.
Gower taps the comms off as
Aren't you
the
glad
final message
you've joined
comes
us
and goes.
to witness
Jack,
the
you're
adventures
going
of
to be
Space
receiving
Kelp?
a contract in a minute. You should probably look that over.
That appears.
It's
It appears on your
There's
tablet.
just stunned silence in return. Jack doesn't say anything.
It's
Space
shipping 50 tons of space kelp to. It looks like it's actually like kelp juice, and also like kelp derivatives, right? So there's like a powdered version, a dry version, like a jerky version, and like a smoothie kind of thing, like the packs of all this stuff.
Jack's drifting through the contract to see if it mentions anywhere about the smell, because
It's all in a bio-sealed containers,
fantastic.
50 tons, and it's 95,000 credits, and and a load of fuel. So
They're not even sending us a gift box of like powdered kelp for us to make our own smoothies with.
you get
Do
a
you want me-
taster.
do you want me
get a
to
taster
ask for that,
pack.
or-
You get a taster pack sent through. Kelp dust. It's the latest snuff from.
I'll ask them while they're there if they have any like specific rig-specific shanties. Collecting the history of the verse in shanties.
In verse.
And Desuro, which is the system they're talking about.
I assume we can get to Desuro, can't we?
Yes, you can.
Okay.
And it is a stopping off point on the way to the Jarnak Pashalik, which he mentioned, and they have a trade office on an asteroid in the Desuro system, which is where you're going. And this system is largely it's just asteroids and gas giant,
Like it already.
gas giant. So,
Stuff that we can
Yeah.
get crashed into.
yes,
Oh no, it's home turf for me. No problem.
yeah. So yeah, it's a low population. On your latest information, it says 351 people living in that system, but that's permanent population. There's people moving in and out, and there is a good starport there.
Okay. Well, Jack signs the contract, but voice signs it with Captain Gower's voice, because Jack has a shriek box which allows him to copy people's voices. So he signs the contract as Captain. Yes, I, Captain Gower, accept this contract and agree to all terms. So if it goes horribly wrong, it's Captain Gower that has to deal with the issues.
Okay.
So what is it you sign my official name as?
Captain Gower.
Hieronymus Gower. Is it David Gower? Is that the cricketer? Who's the Gower's a cricketer, isn't it?
Yeah.
There you go. I'm seeing Simon nod his head. Yes.
Yeah.
Let's get us. Simon's the only one who's likely to know.
And the system you're going to therefore has trade codes asteroid, low population, and vacuum. So they're probably not big on luxury goods and
We're bringing kelp.
entertainment stuff and food stuffs. And you never know, recreational drugs might be fun for belters.
Let's not get into that again.
So yes, you've got you've signed up for a contract to Desuro. We have gambling has gone on, and some people have been checked out. You have Stellar Pinnacle investigating you. And I think what we'll do is we won't tempt any more technical failures tonight. And what we'll do is we will end our session there with you, some of you on board Big Rig, some of you still on the ship. And just as the camera kind of pans away from the station, we see the Savage Blade starship pull away and head down towards the planet. With
That
the
will not come back to
mercenaries.
bite us in any way, shape, or form.
Who knows?
Hey, technically, we don't. Dan gets $4,000 a day from that.
4,800.
4,800.
Yes, I have a 10% cut on any further agreed contracts.
Do I at least get a 10% cut of the 10% cut for facilitating the contract
mean,
with the contractor?
Yeah.
I'm
Dan's
sure we
an
can negotiate.
agent. Do you think
I'm
you're going to
pretty
get a
sure
cut?
from the bridge I can contact Ivik and have life support turned off on the rest of the ship. So I feel
Nice.
like we should divide it 4 ways, probably.
We'll see.
Or put it in the pot.
Teamwork. That's what makes the dream work.
A traveller crew as fun as any. Great. Anyway, thank you very much, guys. That was a lot of fun, that session. And thank you to our viewers. If you're watching on Twitch, please don't forget to come and join us at the weekend when we upload this to YouTube for everyone to watch. And if you're watching this back on YouTube, don't forget to come and join us on Twitch as well. Check out our Discord. There's a link somewhere around our faces. And there's a great community of people talking about Traveller, but also lots of other role-playing games, movies, food. There's a raging gift war that is eternal. There's all kinds of stuff. And also check out our Patreon. There's loads of free stuff on there. And if you do want to support the channel, I want to say thank you to our patrons so far who have been contributing all the names for corporations and houses and things in here. Stellar Pinnacles, one of them being, and all that kind of stuff. So thank you to our patrons who are helping me to flesh out this world. And I'm going to be sharing the system stat pages that I'm creating with our patrons, just so they've got a little extra bit. Anyway, thanks very much for watching, everybody. Tomorrow we don't have Warhammer. No, sorry, not tomorrow. It's Thursday, isn't it? Next Tuesday we have Coriolis. Yep. And a mission has been chosen, and there's crazy groups of people going off to 29 locations around the third horizon to do horrible murdering missions. We won't have Warhammer Wednesday back until August, I believe, Dan. Yep. Little hiatus for health and holiday issues, but that's cool, and it will be back. And then we'll be back next week for more Traveller on the Thursday. We'll see what happens to the crew on Big Rig Station, see if you get out alive, see if you see some Varga combat, or if you get shanked by Stellar Pinnacle goons. Who knows? But we will find out next week on Traveller. Thanks very much for watching. Bye-bye.
Bye.